Hello, hello, family, and welcome to Dwell According to Knowledge, the talk show. This is your host and your coach, Trey, and this is your relationship tip for today. All right. Listen. Let's talk about older men, and we're going to talk about 6 things to consider before dating an older man. Because I know a lot of y'all, a lot of you like older men. And a lot of older men like younger women. You know what I mean? It could be 10 years, 20 years. I know a couple folks, and they are 20 years apart, and they are doing wonderful. But I want you to look at these things, and I want you to consider the pros and cons. Okay? All right, let me read this. If you've been on a dating scene for a while, you may be getting tired of the immaturity of people your own age. You got me? Alright, setting your sights on older man might seem the next logical step, but be careful, okay? It's important to weigh the pros and cons before you pursue an age gap relationship. Read through him, okay? And I'm going to read through these so that you can understand them, okay? Because there are some drawbacks, but there are some benefits as well. Alright, let's go through them. Alright, pro number 1, they're usually more mature. How about that? Guys your own age haven't had a ton of life experience. If you often find yourself wondering why the guys you date just want to go out and party all the time, dating an older man might be for you. If you get called an old soul a lot, you'd probably have a lot in common with someone a little older, okay, ladies? Now keep in mind that this is usually not always. Even older men can be mature sometimes. Need I say more or enough said? All right, now let's check this con out real. They can be a little possessive, okay? Older men, we can be a little possessive. Older men might be worried you're going to be unfaithful because he's old. That's it. This is especially true if you still go out to bars and clubs with people your own age, okay? Now, if he's a jealous person, his possessive nature could become a problem in your relationship. Jealous behavior can happen at any age, not just older ones. If your partner is controlling where you go, who you talk to, and when you can go out, it may be time to end a relationship or might not even be one to begin one. You got me? All right. Pro number 2. They're usually financially stable. How about that? But not all of them. Okay? Check. He had a long time to work and save his money. While guys your age still might be working for minimum wage or taking college classes. Older men are more likely to have some money in the bank, and usually they can provide for you a little bit better than a younger man can. Now, this is another stereotype that isn't always true, y'all, so check that. Now, older men can be in debt, and they ain't always rich just because they're old. How about that? Now, check the con with that. They might not want to take you out very often. That's probably why they, got a lot of money anyway, because they what they call them, misers and cheapskates. For real. All right, now older men have already lived out their partying days, so all that partying stuff, they usually probably not into that. But if you enjoy staying out until the wee hours of the morning, he might not always want to join you. Settled is the word, you understand? Now, it could turn into a point of contention if he's constantly bailing on plans. Or he just wants to stay home and watch a little tube. Nothing wrong with that, but not all the time, okay? Now, you also might not like going out to the same spots. That's where compromise comes in, ladies, okay? Now, if you prefer the club scene and he likes quiet candlelit dinners, it could be an issue. All right, pro number 3. They often have more sexual experience. Ooh. All right, let's see. Now, they've had years of experience you might not have had, okay? Generally, older men know what they like in bed, and they might know what you like in there too, okay? Now, while guys your age are still figuring it out, an older man has already experimented enough to know what works and what don't. How about that? Now, on the other hand, he might be less open to trying new things with you. And older men tend to get stuck in a rut of what they like and what they don't, which means they don't want to really experiment with a whole lot. They just like the status quo of it. You know, you may have one that that likes to do it in the bed all the time. And not like drop dead, or drop panties right in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Or right in the bathtub. Or right in the. You get the point, right? So check it. Okay. Now, the con to that is he may come with a lot of baggage also. Okay. So check. If he's been married, there's an ex in the picture and probably kids. All right, the baby mama drama. That's where we're going with that. Now, you might have to see his ex at family events or when they drop the kids off. Okay, your boyfriend, your mate, your man, whatever he is, might also have to pay child support or share custody with his children, if he has any. Okay, it's just one more thing to consider when you think about dating an older man. His ex won't necessarily mean anything to you, even if they had a messy divorce, but it is a possibility. You got me? All right, now make sure you're talking, make sure you're being open, about all things that are coming through in your thing. Okay, all right. Pro for number 4, they're usually ready to commit. Older men don't take a whole lot of time when they already know what's up with them. They already know who's up with them. You understand? Now, they tend to know what they want. Yes, we do. You probably won't have to deal with the wishy-washy, what are we conversation. Yeah. An older man will let you know if they want to get serious or not. If that's something you want, getting in a relationship with someone older might be a good idea. How about that? On the other hand, he might pressure you into taking steps you're not ready for, like marriage or, fiance stuff, or, if you aren't ready to commit, it might not be the relationship for you, or just take a little bit more time. It's okay to tell him, hey, well, I don't think I'm ready right now, and maybe we can, you get me? All right. Now, the con, you might have to deal with some criticism. Yeah. Okay, your friends and family members might have something to say. You understand? Yeah, you dating that older man. He's 20 years older than you. Ooh. You know how that works. Now, if your relationship is getting to the point where you're introducing them to people in your life, be prepared to defend the age gap if you need to. Well-meaning people are generally wary of large age gaps in relationships. You can get people not to worry by telling them how deep your connection is and showing them that it's a loving, respectful relationship. Now, my thing about that is keep people out of your relationship, because a lot of times, depending on if they're in one or not, a lot of people just don't really get into a whole bunch of junk as far as like you liking what you like and they liking what they like, and then some people are just unhappy when you are. You get me? Especially family members. All right, listen. Pro number 5. He'll probably get along with your parents. You know why? Because they're pretty much on the same age. You know what I mean? Level. You know what I mean? Now, if he's close to their age, they might have a lot to talk about. Yeah. When you first introduce them, it might feel a little funny, but once they chat for a while, they'll probably be just fine together. Got it? Okay. If you're getting to the point that you want to bring him home to the parents, you may want to warn your mom and dad ahead of time that he's a little older or a lot older. You know what I mean? And just be honest with that piece. You get it? Now, here's the con. You two might not have a ton in common. You may just have just a few things, but make sure that you're compatible and you're being compatible in certain areas of your life. But a large age gap will pretty much separate you in a few areas, okay? Now, the age gap might come with an interesting gap. Maybe he likes watching movies from the 70s while you prefer reality TV. All right, or he may like to go out and get active in nature while he prefers you like to go out and get active in nature while he prefers lounging around the house. I said that earlier. Relationship are bent upon your common interests, so it's important to have a few things you both like to do together. That is very interesting. That means you need to get through some questions to find out just how compatible that you are. And then compromise. All right, I said that too. Now, of course, this isn't all bad. It's an opportunity for you two to teach each other about what you like to do so we can make the adjustments, okay? You, me, everybody, okay? Now, if you have a lot of the same values, that's more important than knowing all about the same pop culture references. So don't let that hold you back if you really care about each other. That's where, again, compromise comes in. All right. And pro number 6 is he most likely has a stable job that goes back up to having money. You know what I mean? No more job hopping for this guy. If he's past his 20, he probably knows what he wants to do and is sticking to it. Unless you find him in the middle of a midlife crisis. Beep, beep. Okay? He's probably got his career locked down. Okay? Of course, there's some older men that find it tough to hold down a job or pick a career and stick to it. However, they're not very common. Okay. Now, the con is you might have different goals in life. Okay, he may be already in his career and all in his thing. You may be just getting started, being younger. Okay, so you might just getting your life started, like I just said, while he's ready to retire. Okay, now if you want to travel the world or advance your career while he wants to move to a remote location in the woods somewhere or something else different, your relationship might have issues. Okay, so be prepared for that. Now, it's important to talk about your long-term goals. Bing, 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 bing. You understand? Early to make sure you two are on the same page. Now, similarly, he might be ready to settle down and start a family while you still want to go out and party. You get it? So make sure you're asking those questions and coming to some conclusions and coming up with some realistic stuff. Okay? I hope you got something out of that. This is Trey, author of Dwell According to Knowledge series, How to Find and Date Your Mate. It is on Amazon. I will leave a link in the description. You can check out the rest of the books that are there as well. Hey, subscribe, like, and share the video. And I will see you in the next one. God bless.